just found out nobody can say the word rough fast twice in a row. Good boy. I hope I didn't piss you off. I just found out nobody can say the word rough fast twice in a row. Good boy. I hope I didn't piss you off. I just found out nobody can say the word rough fast twice. Someone's got it worse. Wish to make it easier. Wish I didn't feel the hurt. The world's smallest line really needs its body. So if I do not, somewhere in the universe, somewhere someone's got it worse. Wish to make it easier. Wish I didn't feel the hurt. The world's smallest line really needs its body. So if I do not, somewhere in the universe, someone's got it worse.
If you can land on the picture, you have a chance to win a skin case. Good luck, it's impossible. If you can land on the picture, you have a chance to win a skin case. Good luck, it's impossible. If you can land on the picture, you have a chance to win a skin case. Good luck, it's impossible. If you can land on the picture, you have a chance to win a skin case. Good luck, it's impossible. If you can land on the picture, you have a chance to win a skin case. Good luck, it's impossible. If you can land on the picture, you have a chance to win a skin case. Good luck, it's impossible. If you can land on the pic...
Please don't deserve me, please don't deserve me. All I want is you now, all I want is you now. It's good for you to call me, baby, I'm so sorry. Do you wanna hurt me, are you gonna hurt me? Please don't deserve me, please don't deserve me. All I want is you now, all I want is you now. It's good for you to call me, baby, I'm so sorry. Do you wanna hurt me, are you gonna...
Oh, emprésame tu everything you think you can stop us? Don't forget, I'm invincible. Everything you think you can stop us? Don't forget, I'm invincible. Everything you think you can stop us? Don't forget, I'm invincible. Everything you think you can stop us? Don't forget, I'm invincible.
Is it just me, or those type of videos that say, like and share this video if you love Jesus, if you scroll, okay, love it down.
Something that he'll learn the hard way he should temper. In Cave Spider Roller Coaster, he jumps into the mine garden. Big Spider roller coaster, he jumps into the mine part and instantly stomps or sits in Green's face. Redstone Academy is his next semi-feature, which revolves around Redstone machinations. This is also the episode that showcases one important quality of his. Much like Green, he enjoys the art of showcasing his talents to other people. If Green can have grand videos and events, Yellow does his inventions. Both of them play into the idea of involving others, not only because it's their expertise, but also because they want others to partake in hobbies that they personally find enjoyable. The funniest part about this episode, though, is how Yellow plays the mean teacher. He throws the apple at Red's desk and uses the stick as both a teaching and threatening tool. I love how he's very insistent that the color gang take very close attention to what he's doing and has to tell them to write down everything thrice. But you know what is diabolical? Not only making a hole through Alan's face again, but also sending them all falling without anything cushioning them. Yellow is a master of pranks that may or may not result in someone having a broken leg, or fakes for that. He also set up the modules in a way that can only be accessed by standing right in front of the thing that moves. But my favorite one is definitely him just staring at Orange and Green, who are both so excited in the thought of winning. On one hand, it's very much possible that he did this just to spite both of them, given their trio being the kings of competition, and it's mildly satisfying to see them lose as a joke. But I do think that Yellow just genuinely found Red's invention impressive, because it is. It's a pretty practical one. Plus, the other two kind of were rehashes of each other. That being said, him doing this just to spite Orange and Green is out of the picture completely. In No Flop Battle, we get a continuation of that, where he's just chilling and unknowingly interrupting Green's music session, much to his detriment. Yellow does, once again, also partake in annoying Orange. Yellow's next major threat against Yellow's stick is in Build Battle, where he instigated destruction of property, yet again, towards Green. Even if it didn't work, it doesn't mean he didn't attempt a crime. And you can also put the fact that Yellow was conspiring with Orange to bring Green down by targeting Yellow's specialty. What I find kind of hilarious about his attitude towards the battle is that he's not even just here to win, which is why he was happy when Blue wins. Extra Black is the next episode where the list of audits continue and Yellow is surprisingly at his most gremlin behavior, significantly beating Roller Coaster and Command Blocks. First, he decides that he was going to make it everyone else's problem by playing around with the texture packs. I don't even know what he's trying to accomplish here, but it's also a little cute to think that he's just throwing pictures around to see what happens and if something explodes. This is the episode that really magnifies how much of a menace Yellow is willing to be if he just finds something mildly entertaining. He shuts Red down by scrolling, and even when he's trying to get away, he's still changing textures around to the point that Red needs to physically stop him. When he fixes Red's parents and Red's ready to call it a night, Yellow triples down and convinces Red to join him. They get carried away with playing with the texture packs to the point of absolutely ruining everything inside the house. This scene proves that both of them without any inhibitors are threats to normalcy. It's even more insane that instead of trying to sort them back like the first time, Yellow decides that replacing every block is much easier. Now here's a bit of a conspiracy. I think this was completely intentional, that they wanted to see what would happen if they made everything the opposite blocks. It doesn't fix the problem, but it does make everything interesting, something that wouldn't be out of Yellow's modus operandi. I also love the little smiley face that he has in his furnace. The situation escalates as Red tries to barricade all of them without any success, considering this guy coming is about to murder both of them. Instead of actually doing anything practical about the situation, Yellow quadruples down and decides that breaking 3 of the most emotionally volatile sticks in the group when it comes to anger and stress is the smartest thing to do on Sunday, June 14, 2020. You can see him trying to keep his laughter in while the 3 scramble. They all start fighting each other, as they usually do, until Yellow quintuples down and bombs everything out of genuine desperation. I don't know what he was trying to do here, but we can put him down as crimes against nature, because after this event, everyone just decides that enough was enough. In Lucky Blocks, Yellow continues his streak of messing with powers he shouldn't be messing with by opening up the Lucky Block and entering a new dimension. And the first thing he has when he sees a volatile glowing orb thing in the middle of an abandoned shrine is to grab it and start playing with it. This leads to him and everyone else getting possessed by the Lucky Block orb. And considering this, as Yellow stopped playing with the universe, part 4. Though it is really cute that his first reaction to finding new things is always to share it with his friends, and that he knows exactly what kind of things they would want. Sure, he's competitive, but he also has a very charitable heart when it comes to having fun. Okay, so so now we move on to Season 3. This is where Yellow's crimes against humanity subside because they're overshadowed by actual criminals. Gone and the stakes of the season are much more concrete. Gone are the slapstick humor episodes and in comes tangible danger. This is also exacerbated by the fact that they're no longer fighting just each other or Minecraft, they're also fighting other sticks that can equally bend the rules of the game as they can. This season extended a lot of this post-characterization. Green for his empathy, red for his ingenuity, blue for his leadership, and orange for his patience. In turn, Yellow's characters in the previous 2 seasons are given a bigger expansion and depth. They're no longer one-dimensional character traits, but they're character catalysts, which is why I really using to this one, because this season takes on a more serious atmosphere. Instead, I want to give respect to Yellow's character analysis in this section. Yellow's actually much more subdued in this season. This is an expansion of how much he prioritizes his friend's happiness and safety, charging into the nether portal to find blue with red as their guide. However, his more curious tendencies and the want to actually go on adventures with his friends are exactly what Purple also capitalized on to trick them into going into the hardcore. We see that Yellow expressed empathy for abandoning Purple after Orange tells them that this is dangerous. He only leaves when he notices that Blue and Green are already following. But when Red stopped him to tell him that Purple was genuinely upset, Yellow was very easy to convince and the first one to accept and eagerly follow along. This shows that both Green and Red are the most impressionable of the bunch. Give them an ounce of a go signal and they'll follow along. We also see another side to Yellow's experimental tendencies. If he thinks it's safe regardless of actual safety, he tends to be clumsier. When Red first tries the parkour without knowing that they could respawn, he is much more careful and slower. Yellow follows with mismatched confidence, which leads him to his fall. Yellow is a menace anytime there's a concept of a friendly competition he's participating in, and that absolutely bleeds into his winning tactics. He breaks the parkour by going up, and he's very bitter whenever someone else wins. He resorts to the next kind of stupidity, cheating, and PvPing by any means necessary. The only time he's actually clapping for the others is when Blue wins. This is an extension to his previous characterizations where he values praise and being seen. If I were to wager at this, Yellow relishes an idea of importance and involvement. He wants to be good enough for people and to involve them in his wants, and vice versa. He wants to also be invested in what other people like, which in turn also makes them like him by association. The reverse is also true. Tendencies like this can lead into unwarranted competitiveness, but this is something that I want to explore at another time in a more serious way, because I do think there's something very telling here. But then we continue to the serious part of part 4, where Yellow's knack for experimenting is what gets him out. He remembers the perpetual teleportation through the beakers and successfully recodes the command block. Yellow's ingenuity, compared to Orange and Red's way of breaking, is very similar to how you analyze processes in logic. Rather than creating a new set of elements, you manipulate and change the current way existing elements interact with each other. This is a character trait that will be very important in the future parts of the series because a lot of Yellow's problem-solving skills rely on observing patterns of movement from his enemies. This kind of thinking is what he does to propose to Blue to try and create distance by making another portal. Of course, it doesn't work because they're always outflanking them and they try again. Yellow gets the hit the second time and stops Blue from running into blazing. Yellow might not be a careful stick the first time, but he'll be damned if he let that thing happen to him twice. We see that side of him that he enjoys optimizing systems again when he notices that food was the best way to attract the Ravager, and when he optimizes his farming strategy. In its own way, I enjoyed that this episodes combine both of their strong suits, not just farming and redstone, but also with Blue when it comes to leading massive groups of mobs, and Yellow when it comes to problem solving. Blue optimizes the people, Yellow optimizes the workflow. You know, just like a small-sized company. However, his excitement and somewhat power-hungry tendencies for the sake of morbid knowledge is what endangers them during the king's arrival in the village. Yellow is absolutely mesmerized by the command block and the sheer power of the king's immediate deletion of the Titan Ravagers. To be fair to Yellow, though, this also shows another side to him. As long as an individual is credible and shows no will against him, he's very willing to follow them. He did technically save them during this instance, and in that kind of situation, Yellow has no real logical reason to doubt King. Well, nothing that we can think of. Because unlike Blue, Yellow's the kind of character that relies on rationalization to determine behavioral patterns. purple is bad and betrayed them after being given a second chance. Therefore, green shouldn't go after them. Green saved them and is powerful, therefore he should be good. Purple is sad and therefore is no longer a threat and maybe needs someone to talk to. The creature is attacking the food, therefore maybe hunger is a great way of luring it out. Tiger Raptor's family was killed, so the enemy of my enemy is probably my friend. We also see that this is how we pacifize the other six in a way. Maybe if I let them all win, they won't kill each other, hopefully. Maybe if I force Orange to join, everyone else will. Red thinks that Purple is sad, and that means we should comfort Purple and join his game. Now, this can sound a little bad, but I assure you, this kind of A then B thinking is a really great way of creating friendships and relationships. This mirrors a lot of normal psychological patterns that humans establish prematurely, because emotional investment has too much risk. Therefore, logically assuming things may seem shallow, but it's well-meaning. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, and it just shows that yellow has an amazing heart of gold. But the problem is that it can make yellow accidentally miss the nuances of a situation.
We've all been typing, deleting, retyping. Now I use Whisperflow. I just think out loud and it creates perfect formatted text on any actual website. Whisperflow understood what I was trying to say and gave me the exact output I wanted. Check out the difference between this same sentence being dictated into Siri versus Whisperflow. Let's meet at 12 p.m. at Joe's Pizza. Wait, actually I can't do 12, so let's do 12.
This is also the case with the glitch queen and the influencer art, where glitch or even if the glitch.
Oh, yes, I'm not a robot. Select all the body parts you like. Oh, yes, I'm not a robot. Select all the body parts you like. Four things I never seen in my life.